Hi everyone, this is Nafish. Today I'm going to talk on how can we make Smartsheet dashboard interactive. Okay, so you can see I have some data right on the left. Okay, there are some links, and I'm showing a specific year of data, 1970, and all these plots and bar charts right here. This is specific to this year, 1970. Okay, now I have a selection file. You can see right here, and the year selected is 1970, and this is the file from where the data is displayed. And I have like total 100,000 rows, so it's a humongous set of data. Okay, so now if you want to switch from this 1970 to 1980, okay, for example, so you want to display the data of 1980, and the way you can do it in Smartsheets, you select in here in this selection file, and you can definitely customize this selection file the way you want, and then you come here in the interactive dashboard, and you can see it takes like 10 seconds or something to update the data because the data is humongous, as I mentioned, and you can see now we switch to the data from 1970 to 1980, and all these plots, it's kind of it got updated from the data of 1980. So this way, you can have like tons of files here, and you can switch between files. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show today. Let's get started. Okay, and I'm going to start from scratch. Before I get started, I want to show you the data source I'm using. So if you just do Google search on Tableau free data, and if you come to the middle right here, this is the free health data sets. I'm just using the last one. Okay, right here, IHME data. So in the data, I'm just going to go back and start from scratch. Okay, so here you can see I already created a workspace. Okay, so whenever you start on a new project, you click on workspaces right here, click right, and you see new workspace. Okay, so I renamed it to interactive dashboard. Okay, and I uploaded all the data files I have, so from 1970 to 2010. Okay, and the way you can upload the data I already explained in my previous video, but just want to give you some insight. You right click in this empty spot and import from Microsoft Excel. Okay, so you can import the data right here. Before I get into the data file, I just want to create the dashboard. Okay, the title and the links, so you click here on the empty space, and then come here, dashboard and portal. Okay, and just name your dashboard. Let's say mortality data. Okay, so this dashboard shows the mortality data. I open this dashboard, and let's have some title right here. Okay, click on that, the title widget, and you will need to have some title. Okay, so let's say global mortality data visualization. Okay, and you can change these fonts the way you want, and I'm just making it a little bigger, and also like you can have a fill. Let's say I'm filling it with blue. You can just do different things. Okay, you can make this text bigger if you want, more or smaller. You can make it left aligned, right aligned, or put it in the middle. Okay, so you can do several things, but I'm just going to stick it with this right now, so put it in the middle. Okay, now I would also like to have all those links or the data files, the raw data files, link in this dashboard. So I click on this plus sign, add widget. Okay, and shortcuts right here. So add shortcuts, so Smartsheet items. You can also link the Tableau data I just showed, like you can reference any website attachment. So I'm going to link to Smartsheet items, and all the data files, the raw data files I have, so that whenever you are looking into the dashboard, if you want to go into the raw data, you can just go directly from here. Okay, so I'm having it here, and let's say raw data links. Okay, and put it in the like the color, change the color, and put it in the middle. Okay, you can also change this text. Okay, you can make it smaller. Okay, I want to make it a little smaller so that it looks good. um, Also you can change it to a different color if you want, like here, come here and change it to this color. The way you want, you can organize it. Okay, there are a lot of other options. So I save it, and if I click in here, any link, it's going to take me to this specific page. Again, it takes some time because my data is huge. Okay, so right now, if you want to move it to the right of this title, you can also do that. You can also shrink it a bit. Okay, like this. Okay, So there are a lot of ways you can. It's very kind of friendly tool, so you can definitely do changes accordingly. Okay, so I have title, I have links now, and it's saved, right? Now I go back and before doing any data processing or anything there, I need to create another a grid sheet. Okay, so click on the grid, and then you need to name this new sheet. So let's say selection file. Okay, so this is a file where I want to incorporate or have all these data file names. Okay, so I'm just opening this selection file, and let's say that I want to change the column name from primary. I want to have it here. Okay, and remember we had data from 1970, then 1980, 1990, 2000 and 2010. Okay, so this is the year. Now let's have another column with file name. Okay, so I will just go back, save it first. Okay, and go back here and click on this rename and copy the file name. Okay, and again, like, you can organize this selection file the way you want. This is something, definitely you can add different things. Okay, I'll just show you. So this is the file name. Okay, the file name is not important, but just I'm having it here. Okay, so now this data is for 1970, so I'll just change it to 1970 and then paste it here, here. So this is just the file name. Okay, it's nothing to do with anything, but I'm just having a reference here. Okay, so 1980, then this guy, 1990, 2000. Okay, so I have the year and I have all the files located here. Okay, the, the next option is like have a selection. Okay, so basically checkbox. Okay, so I'm naming the column to checkbox. So when whichever file you want to select, you can just check it here, and also click on here, double click on this header, and you'll see like the column type. You need to select checkbox right here. Okay, there are other options like favorites, flags, but I'm just selecting tick mark. Okay, and restrict it to checkbox use only. You do that. Now you have the option to select any individual file. Okay, now whenever you select this file, what is going to happen? It's going to filter it out. So I want to have another column called filter column. Okay, and have some conditions here. So what is the condition? Equals to, then if whenever you have a checkbox, okay, and the value it is checked, so equals to 1. If it is checked, so that the value is 1. Okay, whenever this value is 1, you will pass yes. Okay, or else no. Okay, so this is the condition here, and this filter column, we are going to roll it over all the data files. Okay, all the raw data files, and I'll just show you like how you can do that. Okay, but for here, for this specific data file or selection file sheet, you just need to have this filter sheet implemented and then drag it to here. So you can see whenever you selected 1970, that is selected. If you select this guy, 1990 is selected, right? And what you want, like whenever you select this file will be selected, okay, among all the files. Okay, I think you understood my point. So this is the filter file. Also, I want to have something called year selected. Okay, so this is for dashboard visualization purpose. Whenever you select this file, this accordingly this year should pop up here. Okay, so if you select this one, 1970 should be here. Okay, and I want to display that in the dashboard. Okay, so after implementing the filter, you need to do equals, then another formula I'm trying to create. Okay, so it is called index and match. Okay, so index is where the answer lies. Okay, so this is where from we are going to get the value. Okay, and then after you point out the output, then do match. Okay, then another rounded bracket, and basically which column you are searching the value from. So I'm searching the value from this filter column, and what specific value. Okay, so first you need to provide the specific value, the search value, which is y. Okay, so whenever I see y in this column, I will get that corresponding value of year. Okay, so match, and then the range. So this is the search range, right? And then you close this rounded bracket and close it again. Okay, so you see it's 1970. If I go and select this guy, it's 1980. Okay, and let's display this value in dashboard now. Okay, so you go and open the mortality data right here and edit dashboard, click on the widget sign, and then have a metric display. Okay, here add data and add data from our selection file. And what data you want to display? The year, specific year data we are showing up, right? It might take some time. Here it is. Okay, so let's say this specific value we would like to display. Okay, and now you see there are options like stacked or side by side. Okay, you can display either way. Okay, so let's have stacked, and also, like, you can change the position. Okay, toggle the position, so like this. Okay, so I have the year right here. Okay, and let's give it a name. um let's say file selected by user. Okay, make it we are giving it a color, put it in the middle. Okay, and let's try to fit it right here. Okay, make it little bigger, and also the text, let's make it little bigger, so like 24. Okay, like this. So now I go and save it. Okay, so now you can see, like, I have the year right here. Okay, so if I go back and open the selection file, and instead of 1980, if I select 1990 right here, it should display in the um, dashboard as well. You see 1990. So now we are all set, but we also need to have the data as well. Okay, so we need to work on the data. So let's get started. I'm going to work on only one file, and we'll do the same thing on other files, but I'm not going to show that. Okay, so I'll just work on only one file. Okay, or else like the video will be bigger. So I have opened this file, and before we do anything, wanted to show you like number of rows or entries. You see 11,781 for this specific file. So this is like a huge file, and you can see, like, the numbers in the entries in the column. I'm just opening one entry. You see it's left aligned and it's a text. This one is right aligned and probably a number. Okay, so or in the number of death column as well, some are left aligned, some are right aligned. So let's fix this. Okay, so I'm creating a new column. Click on this, select on this column, and click right, insert column on the right. Okay, and let's have a name of the new column. Let's say total number of deaths. Okay, so this is the column name right here. And after you done renaming the column, double click on here, then equal sign value. So implementing a new equation. Okay, and selecting this cell. What it is doing is like converting this text or number, whatever it is, to a number only. Okay, so I got the first cell, but it's a huge file, right? So how can you, like, it dragging and dropping will take time, and probably it's not worth it. So the way you can implement the equation throughout this column is like right click on the cell and convert it to column formula. So in that way, it's going to roll it over to all the cells, okay, in that column. So I'm done with this specific column. Now let's move into the next one. This death rate per 100,000. So right click on that and insert column on the right. Okay, so death rate, and let's say per 100,000. Okay, so this is the name of the column, and again I will implement the same equation. Equals value, select this cell. Okay, close the parenthesis, and then click on this cell and convert it to column formula. So now everything, whether it's text or number, convert it to number only. Okay, so we are done here. Then we need another column. Insert column to the right, and this is going to be the filter column. Okay, filter. So here I would like to have the values from that selection file. The way I can do it is, so you come into this filter column, double click. Now I'm going to implement the equation. Okay, so it equals if left parenthesis, then reference another sheet. You click on that, and this selection file right here, it will pop up. And this data is from um, I can't see it, but let's say this data is from, okay, 2010. So right here, this cell, okay, you need to select this cell, the filter value of this cell, so that whenever this year is selected, this becomes yes, okay, and all the data shows up. I will just show you, okay. So just make sure, like, you enter data from the specific year, okay, or whatever file you are looking at. So this is 2010, so I selected this filter value, insert reference, okay, right here. So now if this contains yes, okay, or the filter or the cell is selected, then have yes here, or else have no here, okay. Oops, sorry, no. And we are all set. So now this is no, right? Because this is not selected, this file. But I want to implement this equation to all the cells in this column, right? So I selected that, everything is no, saved it right here. Now I go back, okay, and if I select this selection file, just showing you from there to 2010 and save it, go back and open this 2010 file. And again, I apologize because the data set is huge, so it's kind of, takes time to load and unload. So you see, I selected it to yes, but still it's, not updated, but now it's updated. As I mentioned, like, there is 10-15 seconds delay because I'm working on a huge data set, okay. So this is updated. So in this way, these are the things you need to do in all the files. So three things: first, fix the numbers in this column, fix the numbers in this column, okay. So some data pre-processing, then implement the filter, okay. So attach this file with the data selection file, okay, in such a way that whenever you select that specific year, everything in this filter column is yes, okay. And also, so now we are all set, okay. We need to right click here and create a report, okay. So basically the report is like, you want to have it raw report, and let's give it a name, okay, all data, because I'm going to add all data in this report, okay. And then, in this report you will have the filtering criteria, like which sheet you want to select and what data you want to display. So here in this interactive dashboard workspace, you select, these are the files we have, right? So you select all the files, okay, and except this selection file because there is no data, right? So then it will give you the option to which column to select, okay. So let's say I'll have country name, then age group, okay, then I'll have total number of deaths, okay, and death rate per 100,000, okay. I think there is some mistake in one of the columns, so that's why there are two columns showing up, but just ignore it for now. I'm selecting this one, okay. And now next, and here in this filter criteria, I'll just not select anything right now, okay. So apply. So here I have data from all the sheets, and you can see if you go down, you see the number of rows, okay. So it's a huge data set, okay. So now let's do some filtering, okay. So you see the filter criteria right here. Let's say I want to look into some specific age group. So age group is equal to, let's say, um, 80, okay, 80 years, okay, and press OK. So none is selected because there is no such match, okay. So I'm deleting that one. Okay, so now let's do some filtering. You come to the filter criteria, add a condition. Let's say I want to look into some specific age group. So age group, let's say, contains 80 plus years, okay. So and hit OK. So rather than all these age groups, I'll just focus on this 80 plus age group, okay. So you can do the filtering here, so this data has this report has data from all the files, but only specific to this age group, okay. Now you can add another filter, okay, that is called, this filter is equals to yes, okay. So what this is going to do is going to give you, whenever the filter is yes, that data is going to show up. So whatever file or whatever year of data you want to display, that's going to show up here. Okay, and the other data will not show up, okay, in this filter criteria. And also add, let's say, the gender or the age. I think it's not there. The sex is equals to let's say both. Okay, and I don't think the sex column is here, so I can just add it right now. You go into columns and add the sex column. Okay, and you can also move this column right here. Okay, so now you have data from a specific age group and from a specific year. Okay, this is the way we have set up the report. Okay, so now go back, okay, and go to the project selection file, and let's see what year of data it's right now. It's 2010. Okay, I go back and open this dashboard. Okay, go edit, and now add this widget. Let's have a chart. Okay, so I'll select the file, the data source first. All data is the report file, right? So I add that one. Okay, and let's have some chart. I will not focus on the chart right now. Rather than having all columns, okay, just have let's say country name, okay, and number of deaths. Okay, and you save, and it's probably showing up all the countries, right? Because so I will just do some other filters. So go to the all data report, and I just want to shrink the data. Okay, so go to the filter and then add, and then let's say total number of death is greater than, let's put some value, let's see 50,000. Okay, and hit okay, and let's see. Okay, so I have 38 countries now, so I'm good. I go back, open this dashboard again, and let's make some changes here. So I just stretch it to the end and make it little bigger. Okay, like this. Okay, and now you can do like rather than having a column, you can do a bar if you like. Let's have it as a bar, and then you can set the title. Okay, and also the ticks. Okay, and if you want to show the data value, I think the data value in horizontal is showed. The title or access title, if you want to like add something like, let's say, date count. Okay, it's just showed up here. Okay, so how about the vertical axis? Let's have the tick marks. So you have the tick marks, and you can do different things. Just play with this. If you want to have the legends, the position of the legend, you can fix it here. Okay, so I'll just not go detail into that. I'm just saving that one. So you see I have the plot from this specific 2010 year. Let me change this the name here. Let's say death counts for 80 plus year old. Okay, and you can put it in the center, save it. Okay, so I have the data now. It's for 2010, right? I go back, I go to the selection file right here, and rather than 2010, let's select 2000. Okay, save it, come here, open your dashboard. Okay, and it takes like 10-15 seconds to refresh, but you can just refresh it like going into file and do refresh, or you can also refresh using this button right here. Both will work, but there is like 10 to 15 minutes seconds of time, because it just loads the data again. Okay, so you see right now it's 20 2000, and this is the data.